So the scumbag, absolute scumbag, jerked us over today. And I've decided that I'm going to share this story. So I want to share with you exactly what happened, but let me tell you why I want to share it. Because I want to use this as inspiration. You know what I see in this industry? I see that everybody posts all the good stuff. You post all the nice, beautiful, fancy cars they get. They post the nice houses they get. They post the beautiful before and after pictures. But you know what they don't post? You know what HGTV doesn't show you? It doesn't show you what happens before or during the before and after pictures. They don't show you that part of it, right? They don't show you all the heartache, all the hassles, all the problems and the challenges, the days like today that make you want to quit. I'm not going to quit, but it certainly makes you want to quit, makes you question why the hell you're in this business. So I'm going to share this story what the scumbag did to us. But I'm going to record this video. And you know what I'm going to do? The minute this video is over, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And this is going to be the first video I post on it because I'm going to use this as a training tool. I want everybody to see what really happens in this industry. And in fact, not only am I going to use that YouTube channel to post some trainings, but I'm going to use it as a documentary. I'm going to show you exactly what happens behind the scenes, the issues we have with contractors, the things we deal with tenants, and the crazy stories and the stupid stuff you deal with when you have a lot of properties. So I think it's important that you see that side of the business because you know what? It's real. I don't want to paint a phony picture. I want you to know exactly what you're getting into when you get into this business because you're going to have to get through that just like we do every day. I've been doing this for 22 years and still have days like today where you don't want to be in this business, where you feel like quitting. So let me share this story with you, what the scumbag did. And the reason I'm going to call him scumbag is for my own protection. I'd use his real name because quite frankly, I don't care. But obviously I'm going to be concerned with if he sees this video and I'm using his real name, I don't want to be sued. So I'm going to call him Scumbag for this video. It literally starts about 2 months ago. As most of you know, Kim and I have rental properties both in Arizona and here in Indiana, which is where I'm at right now recording this video. And as we are doing a bunch of them here in Indiana, we bought a lot at the tax sale, we're rehabbing them, and then we turn them into rentals. Well, by the end of the year, we want to finish construction and close up Indiana construction, and obviously we'll keeping our rental properties. But what we needed is we need boots on the ground to run the property management. When you have over 200 properties, which we will be managing by the end of the year, when you have that many properties, you've got to have somebody in control that's managing those properties, or overseeing the concierge, or overseeing the property managers that are managing the properties. So we're bringing them in, but this was not an employee's position. This was actually a business partner. We were bringing in a business partner. This was a 6-figure opportunity to start. Then, within 12 months, if everything was working well, he was going to get equity in the business, up to 49% equity in the business. Plus, he was also going to have the opportunity to take advantage of some national stuff. As most of you know, that I teach property management and systems and processes, and have individuals across the country that are asking me to help them with implementing these systems and processes in their business. So he was going to have some opportunity to help me do that. So that was kind of the plan, is to have somebody on the grounds here in Indiana that could run the day-to-day operations, but at the same time be able to help me on a national level at the same time once he had a year or two experience with all the systems and the processes. So we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars this individual had the opportunity to make. So we didn't take that lightly. So we had an extreme interview process for these individuals to get through, right? We brought in hundreds of applicants. I interviewed dozens of individuals. And we had a 5-step interview process. And in fact, one of the last steps, step 4, was they had to actually watch all 8.5 hours of my property management videos. Now, mind you, they're not getting paid for this. This is part of their interview process. I wanted to see if they have that dedication, how badly they wanted it, and what were they willing to do to be a part of this team. And I also wanted them familiar with the systems and processes and see if they had the same passion that I do. We turned this into like a McDonald's franchise, and I wanted to make sure that they had the opportunity and the same vision that we needed to share the same vision, that we could take this and incorporate it and help many across the country. So we went through an extreme process, and this individual came all the way through, and we basically hired him. We brought him in as a business partner. About 4 weeks ago, we start training. Kim spends many hours with this individual. I spend a lot of hours myself. We do a lot of training, a lot of teaching him the systems and processes. Then about 10 days ago, I'm going to say 10 days ago, about 10 days ago, we transitioned 73 properties over to him. Now, we've already notified the tenants. He's already met the tenants. He's already taken over these 73 properties. Now, prior to this, the individuals that were watching these properties was on a temporary basis, so they're not really available to watch them again. And he understood that. So basically, once these 73 properties are transitioned, they were his going forward. Let me fast forward to this morning. So, actually, I forgot. There's one other thing I forgot to tell you. Now, as part of this process, coming up this coming weekend, I'm going to be speaking in Houston. And I'm going to be speaking of property management. Because of that, I thought it would be important that he goes down to Houston and watches me speak. So be part of the conference, watch me speak, so he can get a better feel for what's going on and or what's going to be happening more at a national level. So I paid for his flight, paid for his hotel, paid for his food. I basically paid for everything to get him there and to have him be a part of this conference and to watch me speak. Now, this was in Houston. His sister lives in San Antonio, and he has not been in communication with his sister in many years. He has not met up with his sister in many years. So we basically say, why don't you go down 5 days early? He wanted to go down. We agreed. It was a great opportunity. We'll pay for it. Go down there to San Antonio, fly in 4 to 5 days early, visit your sister, and then meet up with us in Houston at the conference, and then fly back. We'll all fly back together, except, well, actually, we were flying back to Phoenix. He would fly back here to Indiana, and we would pick up training there. So that was kind of the plan. So now let me fast forward to this morning. So I'm in the shower. I get out of the shower, I come, and my wife, Kim, which many of you know, she's literally laying in bed, and she's crying. No, actually, she's not crying. She is sobbing. She is literally sobbing. I haven't seen her cry like that in many years. And I'm like, what is wrong? I honestly thought she was going to tell me somebody died. That's what I thought happened. That's how badly she was crying. That's what I thought. I thought something happened to her father, or I thought somebody in the family may have passed away. So that's the news I was expecting. To my shock, lo and behold, she basically tells me that Scumbag quits. That's basically what she tells me. Scumbag quits. And I'm like, what do you mean Scumbag quits? Scumbag is in San Antonio visiting his sister, having a great time, and we're going to be meeting up in 3 days in Houston. So why do you say Scumbag quits? She goes, well, while you were in the shower, he called and he quit. You need to call him back. And I'm like, okay. So I call Scumbag on the phone. I get him on the phone. I'm like, why is Kim sobbing in bed right now? Please explain this to me. He tells me, and he informs me on the phone, that he's met up with his sister, and now that he's met up with his sister and some other family members there, that he's going to be moving to San Antonio, and he wants to work with them in a business there. Now, mind you, as we're going through the interview process, that's clearly and obviously part of the screening process. We are looking for a business partner with boots on the ground. That was the whole purpose of this. It wasn't an employee position that's going to leave in 6 to 12 months or 2 years. This is a permanent position. You're going to get to have up to 49% of equity in the business I was giving away to make sure there was boots on the ground. And he understood that. And during the interview process, it was quite clear that all of his wife's family was here. His wife is from here. His wife is in her mid-40s. She's lived here her whole life. She's never lived anywhere else, and she refuses to move to anywhere else. That's basically what we are told. He even stated that he's tried to get her to move other places before, and she refuses to move. So you think you're pretty safe, right? Well, guess what? Wrong. Wrong answer. He tells me that he's moving to San Antonio. Once I've come to terms with that, now my mind is starting to think, okay, so how do we transition? We're going to need about another 90 days, 60 days minimum to try to go through this entire hiring process again. We wanted him to try to be a part of that and help fill his replacement, because we are, after Houston, we were flying home for 2 days, going to Cancun for a week for vacation, and then we're going to go home and visit some friends and family. I've been home a total of 5 days this entire year. So I wanted to go home and visit some friends and family before flying back here, and then pick up training from there. And then the next 90 days, we were going to be in the process of training him extensively and transitioning the rest of the business over to him and overseeing the other property managers and all of that. That was the plan. So I asked him, so what kind of transition are you expecting? And there's a small pause at the other end of the phone. And then he basically says something like this: well, you know, I'm going to have to sell my house there. Then I'm going to have to find a house here. And my mind is really going to be on the whole move and the whole process and everything that we got to do. So I'm just not sure how much time and effort I'm willing to take on that business. Are you kidding me right now? I I basically told Scumbag, okay, I see where this is going. Basically, F off and good luck to you. He was literally just going, he's literally just hanging us dry. We have nobody to watch these 73 properties. Nobody. Somebody has to manage them. So guess who gets to manage them now? That's right. Kim and I are going to have to manage these 73 properties. Now, obviously, we have systems or processes that makes it a lot easier, but there still has to be a person there. Somebody still has to do inspections. Somebody still has to deal with issues when they come up. So I guess we're going to be doing that. We are going to be canceling our vacation to Cancun. We're canceling anything and everything we had scheduled over the next 60 to 90 days, other than my speaking engagement in Houston, because I'm not going to screw those individuals. I have an obligation to be there, and I'm going to be there. I fulfill our responsibilities and obligations. That's a lesson that hopefully everybody should learn. But anyway, enough of my rant. So Kim and I, are going to be stuck here for the next 69 days, canceling everything in order to go through that entire process again and bring somebody in. I did not share this story to rant and make myself feel better. That's not why I share that story. I share that story because, as I stated, I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to train others. And I want you to see the other side of this business, because the difference between unsuccessful people and successful people is unsuccessful people quit. And when days like this that absolutely freaking suck and you question why you're the hell in your business, you know what? You feel like quitting. I've been doing this for 22 years. I've done over 1,000 real estate transactions at a minimum. It's probably many more, but I don't really count. I just know it's over 1,000 that I've been involved with. And we still have days like this. So when you're in this business, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you have days like this. So when the days like this happen, what do? Do you quit? Are you a quitter? Because if you're a quitter, then just don't get in this business at all. Because this isn't HGTV, this is the real world, this is real life. Days like this happen. You have scumbags that screw you over like this. You have to just suck it up. You have to put your big boy pants on, or big girl pants on, and get to it and get it done. And that's what we're going to do. So I want to use this as inspiration. I want to use this to show you what really happens behind the scenes, and the difference between the people that make it, the difference between the people that do 1,000 transactions, and the people that do 0 transactions, where they do a couple and they're out of this business. You want to be successful in this business, then you got to learn to get through adversity. When adversity hits you, you got to hit back harder. You got to get through it. You got to get it done. That's what Kim and I are going to do. We're going to get it done. So my question to you is, when you hit your adversity, because it's coming, but when you hit it, what are you going to do? You going to quit? Or are you going to do whatever it takes to get through? Only one person knows the answer to that. So that's my question to you. What would you do?